Well, good morning. Happy Thursday, everybody. The next 24-hour temperature cast should finally be a little different than maybe the past 48 or even 72 hours worth. I don't expect it to be as hot for as long today. I don't think we're going to get to 95 today. We have for the past 2 afternoons, and maybe some spots struggle to reach 90, especially if we start talking about a few showers that try to creep in from the north and west. I do expect tomorrow morning to start pretty warm, pretty muggy, pretty cloudy, and maybe pretty soggy. So we've got things we'll be keeping our eyes on. That next boundary is getting closer and closer. We'll notice the clouds increasing even later this morning. We'll have a little bit less of that hazy sunshine to get those temperatures climbing today. It's 69 right now at the Tallahassee Airport, 70 in Thomasville, and it's 71 in Valdosta. The breeze a little bit light, a little bit variable, but for the most part should be from the southwest most of the day today. Got those dew point numbers right around 70 degrees. So yeah, there's quite a bit of sticky going on out there. In Marianna, it's 73, Quincy at 72, Monticello, it's 71. We saw the 70 in Thomasville and that 69 in Tallahassee, but we've got a couple of low 80s for Tennessee and for Apalachicola. So we've got some warmer temperatures down near the coast. I don't expect it to be breezy, so I do think fog is going to be a factor. Blountstown visibility is actually up to 1.5 miles. Perry, it's right around 3/4 of a mile, and we are likely going to find more areas with more patchy fog as the clouds continue to develop and as that moisture just hangs in the air. Higher pressure out in the Atlantic scoots away, I think, far enough to let this boundary eventually clear our area. And that's brighter news for maybe later in the day Saturday and especially Sunday, with some cooler and drier trying to filter in behind it. We'll be watching the tropics for several things. Nothing that looks like there's going to be direct impacts on our area, but it may have some secondary impacts on our forecast, maybe some good ones. Now, as far as the future cast, we bring in those shower chances at times this afternoon, this evening, but I don't think we're talking widespread soaking rains. Better chances early tomorrow, so that morning commute likely sees the first round of showers zip through the area, and then some lingering and straggling showers could continue, I think, at times well into the afternoon, evening. And there may even be a couple of sprinkles that linger on Saturday as that boundary continues to make its progress. By Sunday, now I think we do get that northwest wind, that drier air, and that should make it feel better for the second half of the weekend for sure. Tropical storm Humberto formed yesterday. Winds right now 45 miles per hour. It's moving to the northwest at 10. It's out there in the Atlantic. This one looks to stay on that northerly track where it starts to curl maybe up towards Bermuda. And right now every indication is that that cone stays between Bermuda and the United States. So not getting that close, but close enough. Okay, so we'll certainly continue to keep tabs on it. If you just look at the broad brush of the Atlantic, going to see several different areas. We've got Gabrielle, still a hurricane up there. We've got Humberto, the tropical storm here. We've got that other piece of energy that's near Puerto Rico that I think is going to continue to raise eyebrows, and there's maybe some more convection a little further to the south and east across the Atlantic. So quite active out there in the tropics. This other one that's continuing to just linger between maybe Puerto Rico and Hispaniola. Now, depending on where this ends up emerging, we'll watch and see where maybe any future projections for this go. So it's still a little early with this one, but it's up to an 80% chance for development. So that is certainly something we are going to want to keep our eyes on. Right now, there is nothing to be concerned with in the southeast, but it's always good to stay up on what's happening. And if these systems get close enough to the East Coast, they could help to promote a northeast wind at this time of year. Would be a little cooler and a little drier, so that might be able to adjust our forecast down the road a piece. So lots of things to watch. It's going to be a very changeable, longer range forecast. On the Gulf today, not so changeable, not so difficult. Southwest winds 5 to 12, seas 2 feet or less, not bad for the boaters whatsoever. Got some patchy fog this morning, maybe a few 60s, a lot of 70s. We'll call it partly cloudy early, mostly cloudy later. Rain chances start bumping up to 40, 50, 60% by tonight. So I do think we've got chances for showers, especially north and west. Top temperatures for the warmest spots, south and east, likely going to get up over 90. Areas to the north and west where there'll be more clouds. Maybe we don't get to 90 today. And then overnight tonight, the shower chances increase. I think our best chances to get wet probably come by the morning commute tomorrow, and then we have some straggling and lingering showers at times, which will keep tomorrow's highs in the mid-80s. As we get to the weekend, there should be some improvement for Saturday and quite a bit for Sunday. Now notice, we're still pushing 90, but that's not unusual at the end of September, beginning of October. The overnight temperatures back in the mid-60s, also right where they're supposed to be. So more seasonable, more comfortable, less hot. Of course, we will continue to monitor the tropics.